Welcome, Triton Trojan community. This is Spotlight number 7, and we are here with obviously Mason McIntyre and Rudi Eidam here, who is the construction manager and has kind of been walking through our administrative team and maintenance staff with the current projects that are going on. We've met every other week now for probably 8 to 10 weeks just to kind of update things, making sure we're keeping kids safe, making sure we're keeping updated on the project and kind of what's next. So, Rudi, if you could tell us a little bit about kind of what's happening right now with the auxiliary gym project, what we can expect to see here in the coming weeks, and just continue to keep our community informed on the project.
Perfect. Well, there's some things you can see and some things you can't see. The things you probably saw right away were a lot of dirt work being moved. So we moved a lot of dirt work to build the pad that the building actually sits on. You got to get a lot of the topsoil out of there because it's not suitable to set any structural members on. Some of the other things you haven't seen, probably deep utilities. So your sanitary sewer, your storm, your electric tie-ins to the existing facility. We've done a lot of that stuff. That's underground, so you probably haven't seen a lot of that, but we've been busy doing that. And then another thing you probably haven't seen is the foundations. All the concrete trucks you've seen out here, those have been pouring foundations. So we've been forming and pouring a lot of foundations. We're probably about 50% done with foundations. We'll probably finish those up in the next 2 weeks. Behind us, you probably see the big CMU wall. That's a load-bearing wall, so we want to get all the load-bearing walls done first. That way we can set all of our structural steel on those load-bearing walls. It'd be important for us to get the tie-in connections done before we start setting steel. Steel shows up in the next 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And then after that, once it shows up, we'll start swinging steel. And that's when it gets really exciting for everybody because you can see how big the building really is. We're just greatly appreciative to be here. You know, this is a great project, great community. We love doing these types of projects. And there are always things that come up, especially when you're tying in to existing buildings. But we'll get through those things, and this will be a great project when it's done.
That's right. Well, thank you very much. So, Mason, if you would update us a little bit of what's happening on the inside for our kiddos and just as they continue to show a lot of patience and resilience through the projects.
Yeah, well, as we've experienced this winter, our kids have had to face some changes in the way that routines go with things. Most recently is in our cafeteria. And as you can see from the plans that have been out there, that the cafeteria wall is now part of the new structure with the new gym. And so those windows that were there are taken out, and they actually, the masons were in there last week, and they removed the windows and blocked in that area. We built a temporary wall. Well, we didn't, but your guys did. Built a temporary wall around that area so that way the students were safe. They didn't have to worry about anything with construction being in their way, and same with the construction guys not having to worry about kids being in their way. So that has gone very, very well, and I think that's all completed. I assume that wall will probably be coming down pretty soon.
Yep, next couple of weeks.
And then we'll have to repaint that wall and make it look good again. But that's kind of what's been going on the inside, and we're just excited with the progress, excited to see a lot of things happening, and we can't wait to have this new facility just to help with so many of the scheduling issues that we face day to day. And so this is going to be a great asset. We're looking forward to it.
Awesome, and I just want to thank once again our kids for just being resilient and understanding a lot of the things that are happening. The north wall that is actually behind us will be the north side of a storage area that will also be in the gymnasium that will house a lot of the PE equipment and so on. So it's going to be really, really nice for our instructional areas. Obviously keep the load off of the main gym floor. So just a lot of things that are going to be helping our kids out and our facility usage out as well. So I just want to thank you for taking the time to listen. I want to thank Rudi. I want to thank Mason McIntyre for their time and efforts in trying to build something great together.